Check it out, just take a chance. It's time for Celerypants. Welcome back. So today I have some things to work on the bike. As you can see, looks a little different than last time. I've taken off the crankset, I've taken off the fork, I've sanded a lot of it, sanded some of the parts down here, and I'm soaking some parts over here and cleaning them up with acetone. That's not really what I want to talk about today though. So what I actually wanted to talk about today, this is more of a life advice type of vlog. So if you don't want any advice from me, you don't want to watch this one. So over the course of my life, I've had a couple opportunities where I have changed careers. I have had a chance to start over. And I was reflecting on the different times that I've done that and how I've approached it. And thinking about it, I came to the conclusion that I was seeing it as that there were two ways to look at it. One, you can pick a career kind of like long-term projection of what you want to be. Like you say, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a doctor or a lawyer. And you see yourself as that, and you think that when you're that thing, that, you know, that's what you want to be, you're going to be satisfied, you're going to be happy. This isn't meant to be that whole conversation about like, happiness is now, like, don't expect to be happy when you do something. We can have that conversation another time if you're not sure what I'm talking about. But this conversation is more about the perspective of how you're looking at this career thing. So you see this career in the future and you think, yeah, that's what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for that, and then I'm going to be set. So when you're doing that, your priority really isn't on your happiness per se. Your priority is on achieving that career. So when you get there, there really isn't any guarantee that you're going to even be satisfied with your decision, because a lot of times with careers and things, you know, we think we know what it's like. We see on TV or we read about it or whatever. We kind of have a general idea, but, you know, we've never done it, or unless you had a parent that did it. And even still, you might not exactly know all the things about it. So you might get to it, and then you might be unhappy even though you achieved it, or you might not be satisfied or whatever. So that one was the emphasis kind of on the end goal, like we'll call it like the long-term view one. The opposing view is, instead of picking a career and saying, this is what I want to be, like long-term wise, you say, right now in my life, this is what I'm interested in. And that's going to be something, maybe not even a career. It maybe is like, you want to go to school to learn about something in particular, like not as a means to an end, but just you want to do that thing, or you want to go to a trade school or get an apprenticeship and do something, or, you know, there's something more short-term, like a skill or an experience that you're interested in. You know, you like working on cars, so you want to restore a car or something. You like gardening, and you want to do that. That one is more focused on happiness than career. You know, it's saying, right now, this is what I'm interested in. This is something that I think I'll enjoy. Help me feel more happy in my life. Not be happy, but again, because it's not going to make you happy, but it's more of what's in front of me, I'm going to do this right now, versus projecting to achieve something in the future. And in that one, you know, it's more focused on the here and now, so there's no guarantee it's going to lead to anything in the future. You know, it's not a means to an end. It's just the end in and of itself. But that one's focused on the happiness. So that one, you'll have a better idea of what you're getting into. And you'll do it and you'll say, I enjoy this. But, you know, who knows what opportunities it'll lead to. So I thought it was interesting to see those two perspectives. And one is more of like a goal setting, long-term goal setting thing. The other one's more like a short-term, this is what I want to do now thing. And I think they both have their place. You know, it's not necessarily that like one is better than the other one. It just depends what you're shooting for. Like, are you shooting, what's more important to you? Like achieving some sort of status or some sort of status or some sort of position? Or is it more important to you that you're just kind of like just happy? And that might be different personalities, you know. Someone who is more likely to hustle and want to, you know, do and be great things and have a reputation and all that stuff and get respect and all that, they might want to choose the long-term one. But someone else who's just like kind of easygoing and is just like, you know, hey man, you only go around once. I just want to enjoy it. They might choose the short-term one, be happy. So I think those two perspectives are interesting. I think for myself, you know, I found it a little bit profound that I'd never thought about it quite like that before. And I think that's a good new approach, at least to be aware of. You know, especially if you've tried something in the past and you felt like that wasn't getting you where you wanted to be. Now you can maybe try it the other way. If you've always done it the long-term thing way, now you can try it more of a short-term kind of thing and just see like, okay, well, I'm more happy now, and am I satisfied with where my career is or whatever? And you know, with the happiness one, it's just like you do something and you see what other opportunity, you know, you open a door, then you see what other doors are available after you open that door, versus, you know, picking a specific door to open and then not knowing what's really going to be like. So that's primarily all I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to keep working on this. As you can see, I'm scrubbing it with the acetone. I had to put on the nitrile gloves and then put these leather gloves on over it because the acetone it could soak through the leather gloves, but it could eat through the nitrile gloves. So I'm having to do double duty here to try to protect my hands. But yeah, just getting all this blue paint off of here. And then finish sanding a little bit, and then I should be ready to primer. And then I'll check back in with y'all when I'm ready to primer, so you can watch that. All right, that's all. Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling good. Appreciate it. Okay, bye.